What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of Cut the Crap. I'm your host, Christian, here with my main man, Rex. How's it going today, Rex?
Good. I'm a little sun-kissed. Your boy went to the beach today. Had the day off and went out
Your
there,
sun kiss where? You're
enjoyed.
already black, bro. You can't get any blacker.
Yeah. Yes, you can. Shut up. Shut up. Don't do that. Don't do that. We all know we can there's levels to it. You can get crispy, okay? So your
Oh,
boy got a
okay.
little sun-kissed. I don't know why you hating on me,
I
bro.
don't see it, but okay. You look just
Don't
as
do that.
black as you
Don't
did
do
the other
that.
day.
Yeah, this webcam's not gonna do me any justice, okay? So
Oh,
but I think you knew that. I think you're just trying to give your boy a hard time. So,
yeah. You
but
know
what's
what?
new?
You
What's
know
what's what's fucking new?
what's new? Our president down here is a G, coming out to many men, many
Mm-mm.
men. Wish death upon him. Oh, bro, on a
That's
serious
crazy.
note, this is the craziest thing to happen. You know, the last time a president has been shot at was back in the
Reagan?
1980s, Ronald Reagan. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the last time a president's been hit was John F.
Okay.
Kennedy, bro. Back in the 1960s. And I think it was like 60 or 70. I don't even remember now. Going off the top of my dome, I should have had it written down. But dude, it's wild. This is like history in the making. And it all was from a 20-year-old kid. Hate to say it, but he was this color. You know, we ain't gonna call him out, but we're just gonna, he was that color. If you know, you know. And 20 years old. They say he was bullied throughout all of high school, didn't have any friends, stuff like that. And yeah, he shot at the president. And if it wasn't for the president turning his head at the exact moment he did, that bullet would have took him out. He'd have been done. Now again, unfortunate for the people
That
behind him.
from
The guy did die. Another person's in critical injury. So prayers to that
no
family.
way.
Yeah, somebody did die. He
Shit,
was
no,
actually
no.
he was a volunteer firefighter,
Shit.
and he went to a campaign with family and died shielding his family. Then the other guy got hit too. So long story short, there's a conspiracy going on about what's going on. You know, apparently people saw him and they were telling the law enforcement and all that. From what I heard from secret or certain rumors that are out there, don't know if it's real or not. Pretty much, the snipers couldn't see him because he was on a building with a slope. And they finally saw him once his muzzle went up after the first shot, and that's how they were able to catch him and start shooting at him. But that was the issue. They didn't have a really good angle on him. They couldn't really see him. I don't know. I first thought this was set up, but he's
Your
winning though.
conspiracy brain
He's
saying, "Nah,
winning.
this
But
is
listen,
real.
listen.
This is
He
real."
got all the black votes. Let me tell you why. What other dude you know that got 130 some counts of felony charges against him, been to jail, freaking got 17 baby mama dramas, and then been shot? That ain't a definition of a thug right there, bro. Bro, you know people are capitalizing off this too. Everybody's buying shirts and all that. It's just wild. Wow.
Yeah. It's just one of those new like, history repeat itself, but this is just like the newest age of it. So like you said, we just referred to two other presidents that were, assassination attempts, right?
Mm,
And now this is just the, 2024 version, right? And it's just crazy to see because you had other presidents um and in between that time and that wasn't happening, right? So
yeah.
just to see it again, um I think a lot of people, like, if you ask them, they probably keep it in the back of their mind like it's likely not to happen, but
Mhm.
a lot of others would definitely would hold their breath because sometimes, like, you see, even for him in those campaign runs, you see a lot, like, controversy, people trying to rush the stage, do this and that, you know what I mean? So you don't know what you're gonna get each time, right? So to see this is just it's crazy because even um like the reaction, there's such a crazy butterfly effect. Like there's people who, from my side of things, on X, they make a joke, people, because and they're part of this, supposed to be organization, this and that, and then somebody makes a tweet saying, I'm not working with these guys no more because they made a joke, and everybody has their feelings about the situation. So it's crazy how deep it goes, that how, and I mean they always say this, right? But it's just crazy how one's man's action has rippled across so many lives, and just to see how, people's perspectives, because yeah, like the memes are out there, but there are people out there that are taking it serious, and you have to kind of respect everybody's ideology about where they're coming from with this, because it's like, again, to me, it's like, um trying to make a public attempt on someone's life, on taking someone's life, is serious, and it's obviously serious, right? Because you can see what the trickle down effect and what's going on, right? So it's just, like I said, it's just crazy to see how one's man's action has transcended across, the world pretty much. Um, and it's what, 24 hours now? Been about,
As we're recording,
or
today is Monday. This happened Saturday evening.
Saturday, sorry. So like 48
Yeah,
hours
yeah,
then,
48
at
hours.
least 48 hours.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you know what's funny? I
Yeah.
was watching the beginning of it because I thought that was when he was going to introduce his vice president candidate and all that. So that's why I started kind of watching it. And
Hmm.
then I had like stepped away,
Yeah.
and I freaking, next thing you know, I saw somebody sent me a TikTok, and I was like, no way. Click on no way. I go to CNN short, and I was like, yo. And then there was
Yeah.
so many rumors going out. First, the rumors was it was the Russians. Then it was a Spanish guy. I was like, oh man,
Yeah.
I'm
Reddit was going crazy. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. Then it was this white guy with long hair. Then it was a black
Hmm.
guy, Antifa member, Democrat party
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
Then they were
Yeah.
saying Biden paid for, or Trump was paying for it. He made sure everybody waited, and then now we got the real guy that shot it. See, I know Secret Service guy supposedly got fired. Secured the main person of the Secret Service for his over, like, seeing his detail got fired.
Yeah.
Like, this is really big because, like, the Secret
Hmm.
Service, you're like supposed to be the top of the line. All right, and this is his Secret Service. This has been with him since presidency and supposed to be with him until the end of his life, until he dies. The president in the
Hmm.
United States, or you may not know. I don't know if you know or not, being up north, but here in America, when you're president, you keep the same Secret Service for your whole life. You're granted Secret Service protection for your entire life until you die, and then when
Oh
you
no, I didn't
die,
know that.
yeah,
Hmm.
when you die, then the Secret Service goes back, back to the next president that they get to protect. Um,
Oh, okay. So they pretty
so
much just stay with the same
yeah,
people.
and it's crazy because
Okay.
I was
Yeah.
actually looking it up. I was like, man, do they stay with the spouse if the husband dies, like the president dies? Do they
Hmm.
stay with the first lady? But they do not.
Yeah.
They only stay with the president until the president is
Yeah.
dead. Once the president is dead, then it rotates back again. So
Hmm.
again, this is it's really cool. It's not really cool. It's really sad at what happened. Because
Yeah.
this is definitely never want anything to happen, And no
Hmm.
matter how you feel any type of way, you should not try to take out the president of the United States. Like, come on. That was
Yeah.
kind of like, what are you doing, small type deal. But
But I get what you mean. It's cool in the sense that it's fascinating at how everyone's reacting, at what's happening, all the things that come up, you know. Right, that was something that I learned, right? Like, I did not know that the Secret Service stays with
mm,
with their president, or any past president until death, right? So I'm sure for myself, not only for myself, but other listeners and viewers out there are definitely going to learn something new and that's what also is fascinating. And that's what I'm saying. That's what's fascinating is that
Yeah.
there's a lot of hidden details and things that are going to come out, right? Like, we just been not even speculating, right? We just been sharing the interesting things that have been um being shown on our feed, right? And the one thing that I showed
Real
just
quick,
recently,
sorry to interrupt
yeah.
because I had to look it up. It actually
Mhm.
is for the spouse as well during their
Oh,
lifetime.
okay.
So it's for the president and the first lady
Mhm.
for their lifetime, unless they decline protection. No
Mm.
president has declined protection, and this went into law in 1965. It's called the Secret Service, Public Law 89-186 Secret Service is what it's called. So, but go back to what you were saying. I apologize.
Nice. No worries. Where was I going again?
Sorry, I threw that all off. I just messed that up for you.
You're good. Anywho, like I was saying, I think it was just that like it's just interesting of all the details and things that you're gonna learn about the things that are gonna come up because everybody's gonna um with the Secret Service, like, quote unquote, I guess failing their duties, you're gonna hear a lot about the things that should have happened, what should have went. So, a lot of things that if it went right the
It
time
shouldn't have happened.
around that it should have, right? It shouldn't have happened,
Hey,
then we wouldn't hear about it, right? But it's kind of like sports, right? Like when mistakes happen or certain significant things happen, right? Like there's a huge breakdown to it, right? Even with like the Kendrick Lamar and Drake, right? Like these guys are gonna be forever breaking down, not like they're not like us, like forever. They're
yeah,
trying to figure out that sample. I've seen stuff about that, but now I kind of remember where I'm gonna circle back to was I was showing they had like the split video and a timer, and they're showing of the campaign of what people seen like on TV, and then someone filming the dude um getting set up and stuff like that. And like
yeah,
that's what I mean. Like the internet is going berserk.
yeah. I mean,
They're
because
gonna get every angle, every real time because, as you said, right, this shouldn't have happened, right?
it
And
shouldn't have
how did
happened.
this happen? The We're gonna find out how this happened and every single angle and breakdown of it.
And
So yeah, that's gonna be very interesting to see.
especially since we live in a time with modern cell phones and ages like
Yeah,
that, like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
technology.
The this digital era. I want to say like this is the first like assassination
Attempt.
attempt of like a re of in like a solid digital era.
Yeah,
You
definitely.
know what I
Now,
mean?
just
Like
to let you know, I
where
did look it
people are
up.
pulling out cameras.
I did look it up. The basic security is supposed to be they're supposed to do a perimeter of 2,000 yards going around the facility, right? The guy was at like 141 or 2,000 meters. Sorry, guy was at like 140 some meters. They're supposed to
Hmm.
have helicopters overseeing if it's an outside event or drones now because we have the drone footage overseeing the top. They're supposed to have snipe. They're supposed to get there a couple weeks in advance to check out any place possible there could be a sniping attack at, and they're supposed to have snipers in that counter area to protect. They're supposed to have police on the ground, police all around. So how did a 20-year-old was able to sneak by all that security and all this supposedly planning? Like you said, we're gonna figure out a lot. There's gonna be a lot
Hmm.
going down.
Hmm.
And then not only that, they found explosives in his car. I'm reading right now.
Yep.
Explosives
Hmm.
in his vehicle and explosives
Hmm.
at his house. This man, if he made it somehow, was going to kill, like blow up some stuff out next. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
crazy. It's crazy.
I
And
mean,
oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
we got to see like where he's coming from. Nah, you're good, but we got to see where like the assailant. I think that's what you would call him, or the assassin like is coming from because like again in this age like you got access to everything, right? So and sneaking into places now, especially like again in this digital age, you can see how easy it is to walk around most places if you have a construction vest on and a ladder.
Not
Most
only
people
that,
will not question you.
not only
It's
that,
crazy, and that's so crazy.
not only
Mm,
that. Sorry to cut you off. The
yeah.
perfect example last night at the soccer game in Miami. I don't know if you saw it was
Mhm,
Colombia versus Argentina. If you haven't, go check it
mhm,
out. There's videos of people breaking into the stadium, going through their air duct system. They're climbing through the air duct system to get into the game.
Like, how do you find out about the air duct system?
Bro, like so there's
Like,
so
is there a leak? Is if it's public, and that's the thing. If things are, public information,
Mhm.
that's the tough part, right? Where it's like, okay, well, it's all accessible. Is it really? Are there going to be people that are going to try it, right?
And
And
there were.
unfortunately, when you have, especially when it comes to soccer, right? International soccer like that, right? Like those guys are willing to like them and like and them and like streamers and big public figures civilians will go berserk over, right? They get super over passionate,
Oh yeah.
parasocial, and
Yesterday we
yeah,
saw it. We
and
saw it
and the
yesterday with
things
the
that happen. Yeah,
crowd.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep,
Like
yep, yep.
there was, I mean,
Mhm,
Miami. There was so I've
mhm.
never seen. I didn't realize there was that many Colombians in Miami or that many Colombian fans, and they were
Yeah,
out there in force, shutting down streets and blocks, and
yeah.
I called it though. I called it from beforehand. I got a friend of mine. Don't know if they're watching, but I sent them a message with that Argentina flag. If you're watching, I warned you. It's Messi, baby. Messi ain't going down. All right, now give it to Colombia. Shout out to them. They have a solid soccer team. And I actually watched all the way till went to like extra time, and because the game started so late
Mhm.
because of the safety and all that, I fell asleep. But I was happy to
Yeah.
wake up to see they won, and I'm like, yo, they're serious. Like Colombia is a good team. So once Messi, if this is Messi's
Mhm.
last time out there, and we already know it's Ronaldo's last time out there for Portugal. Like I really feel, besides the Spaniards that Steven was going for Spain,
Mhm.
I think Colombia's got a good chance on the World Cup.
Okay, okay.
It's gonna be
Yeah, I haven't
interesting.
been really tuned into the World Cup. I won't lie. I really find out until the first game, second game starts getting played, unless the social media starts get me in tune with it. But I do know one thing. I know athlete trends, and I know ever since David Beckham came over from England to play for the LA Galaxy, everybody else has been following suit. So
Yeah.
just like, who's at Messi now, like Ronaldo's coming over just
Well,
now.
you know what I
Um,
don't like
mhm,
about
what's
that?
up?
They're not coming in their prime. Now, granted,
Yeah, of course, of
they're
course.
gonna
Yeah,
look like their prime because
yeah,
America's
yeah,
soccer is still a joke, or football.
mhm,
Football
yeah,
is a joke. They really need to get it together. But I would love to
yeah.
see some of these
This is their
players come in
last
their prime.
dance. This is
Yeah.
their last dance. They come in there like Dwayne Wade,
Yeah.
like what this is for. Like this is for all the American fans. Like this is for the people that have been supported. Like I'm sure on the other side of the pond, them boys is going crazy.
Yeah.
But I'm sure statistics and all that show that like the North American side and then like the South Americans that are closer there, right? Like they've been showing some love and they can actually finally go out that side. And then they know that they're going to get a lot of that, right?
Yeah.
And just it's the especially the US, like if the US wants you and to make a ton of money, right? Like if you are a renowned player, as you said, and you're coming to a league where it's a little bit of a joke, but at the end of the day, that country wants you, that team wants you,
You're gonna
they're
get
gonna throw
paid.
you an absolute bag. You're gonna come here and everything's set up. Why not? You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like you get to now watch baseball games and go throw pitches at your local for your local team now, and
Yeah.
you're making more money than those guys, and you're balling out, and you're relaxing too. They're not expecting you to crush records by any means, right? They're just
Yeah.
like, "Yo, go do your thing, have fun."
Have a little fun.
Yeah,
Yeah. I tell you what,
that's
it
it.
is my
That's
goal
it.
this year to go to a soccer game though. I really want to go. I'm representing International Miami right now, thanks to Steven. He put me on that team. If there's a better team out there, I don't know. New York, I know New York got a team. They got Red Bull and they got the other one. But I'm gonna start collecting me some soccer jerseys because some of these jerseys are fire. And I'm just like, ooh. But I got my Portugal
Should get you
jersey
a
I wear in the
TFC.
street.
Should get you a TFC jersey.
TSC, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, get you a Toronto Football Club.
Whatever. Forget TFC.
Man, yeah.
But
I,
yeah, it's we kind of went off topic here about all that, but back to what we were getting at. Like, this is a major thing. All right, guys,
mhm,
this is And you know what? I was listening to a podcast this morning, and they were like, for them, this is nothing. And I was like, what? They're like, yeah, and they're like, the guy was like, how? What do you mean this is nothing? This is the first time this has happened since Ronald Reagan, or the first time the president's been hit since John F. Kennedy. Like, this is over 20 years. We're watching history in the making. You're seeing it live with great footage. You're seeing great photos that those photographers took getting down there. Like, it was amazing, right? And he was like, you got to realize where I come from, right? And it's funny that I'm about to tell you where he comes from, because he comes from the team that was playing last night. He comes from Colombia. He says, I'm used to seeing our governor leaders shot, killed, bombed, and all that. And I was like, what? And he was like, America is spoiled, right? That's not supposed to happen here in America, is that lifestyle. I fled my country for stuff like that. Another person that was, I heard, overseen on TikTok, she was from not Cuba, but Venezuela. And she was saying the same thing, like, yo, she's used to seeing politicians getting shot and killed, cars blowing up, and the attack on government leaders across the world is like a normal thing. You go into government, your life is always at risk. You take the wrong turn, or you start feeding into those bullets with the enemies, you're gonna die, eventually, when you do something across them. But in America, that's not supposed to happen. And these politicians in America are crooked. These are like some super, bro. They're crooked. They be, some of them, not all of them. I feel like good 98% of them, like maybe one or two are not, but eventually they turn crooked because the stuff they go for, it lines their pocket. A perfect.
Well, yeah, I mean that's the whole point with like North America, right?
Yeah.
That was the whole point of North America, is to escape the bullshit of other places that be doing that. So everybody collectively comes here to be like, yo, we're not trying to do this at all.
You guys are supposed to be setting the standard.
Yeah, like I think with like Mexico, I think their prime minister, I remember seeing something on Reddit, same thing. Everybody was just like very confused, very scared because and I could definitely be corrected, but I believe at the time that I seen it was like a female leader, right? And so they were just even saying like the succession to power. It's like, it's no joke, but it's like some Game of Thrones. You know what I mean? Like House of the Dragon. Like they just in a lot of fighting, a lot of political fighting, and over here, like the politics don't really come with death, right? So it'd be the same thing over here in Canada. Like I'm pretty sure we haven't had anything like crazy like that, and if like something like that were to happen, as much as people may talk about it, as much as may feel about whoever their leaders are, the people in powers that may be, if that were to happen here, that would be really messed up and really changing, right? So
yeah. And by the way, the person that died, his name is Corey Comperto. I'm really butchering his last name. I apologize. But like I said, he died covering his family. So he died after the second shot was taken off. I guess not the first shot. The first shot was the person that was critically injured. The second shot was when he was protecting his family, and he was dropping, covering them on top of them, which is sad. So, last politician to be killed or shot, from what I see, was in Africa, and I'm not even gonna try to pronounce this guy's name because I'm gonna kill it. From Nigeria, but he was shot and killed, and that happened actually in May.
How many syllables?
Can I tell you how many letters in the last name?
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 letters in the last name.
Oh.
I'm not even gonna. We're not even gonna try it. So, it's just it's crazy.
After eight, and if it's not like a Mick or one of those, that's like a
No, it starts with I think this is an I or an L. No, it's got to be an I because it's a capital. So yeah. We're not even gonna try to, but yeah. So it's a crazy thing that's going on in the world. Poor guy. Again, the family member that ducked down and covered. He's a hero, unsung hero right there.
No, facts, for real.
And it's funny because I'm watching the videos and there was a lady front row after the shot. You know what she did?
Oh, yo, that's crazy. We did it at the same time, bro. That's
Yeah.
nuts. I seen a video about that too. That's what I'm saying. Like everybody's gonna be watching, like, because people are really messed up by this. Like this isn't like a ha ha, like the Alabama chair, whatever, whatever. Like this is like a real deal. Like they're watching individuals. You know what I mean? Like I watch people when I seen it, like there's certain people that duck. You see, you can tell who's been around guns and who hasn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can tell who's remembered their school training and who just really does it, or fight or flight. Because you got people that hit the deck, then you got people who just dropped their shoulders and looked left and looked right. They didn't fall into the crowd. They didn't suck into all that. There's people that like already pinpointed, where that shot came from after it happened, and then looked over and heard the receiving shots from Secret Service, so like you could it's just again, it's just very interesting to see everybody's reactions real time. Again, we're in that digital age, that media age, right, where people n- first thing, I need to record, I need to get Cloverfield footage. Are you pulling out the shaky camera? All right, just ready to go, ready to go. Other people are like, forget that. I'm trying to protect myself, or whoever around me. And others are like, yo, I wasn't in the line of fire. Let me get this camera out, see what's going on. Like insane,
It is,
insane,
bro. It is.
insane.
I'm just sitting here thinking like if this is happening now, like what's the future like, bro? Like
What does the future hold, right? Yeah. And this is like in-house. Again, this isn't like, you know, again, you see certain conversations, people are like, "Oh, this is like going to be again a start of like a war." I mean, not internationally, if anything, right? Like this could really, again, we just have to see what's gonna happen out of this. Um, just from, it's still fresh, right? It's still fresh, so we just need to give it time to just quote unquote let it all play out, see all the sides, see all the angles, and just hope everybody just has just cooler heads prevail. You know what I mean? Like that's it. That's it. Everybody just keep calm, and that's it. Like this is, I mean, this is the whole point of a voting process, right? Was to eliminate trying to kill people that you didn't want to see in power. Was that like everybody has their right to vote and do what they have to do to see who they want. So it's got to be deeper than that.
uh-huh. Yeah. Well, guys, that's gonna be the end of today's episode. Again, prayers to the families that were lost, injured, and shout out to Donald Trump. You became a black man, bro. Power to the people. Power to the people. Tell you now. You
Other
know what's
races
funny?
have gotten shot and survived.
Bro,
But
you know
he's
what's
gonna,
crazy? The next day they did like a poll on him, like in the
yeah.
African American race. He went up 30. His African American exception rate was at like 30% almost. He went up close to
Mhm.
65% now. Like
I'm sure. I'm sure
he's
you check in with
locking in the black
everybody.
votes after that.
I'm sure you check in with everybody. It's gone up. I just think it's a cheat code for if you survive an assassination as president, that you automatically will come back. There's that. I don't know. I don't live in the States, but just from the outside looking in, and I haven't seen wrong about that. But most people that come up off of an assassination attempt normally um prevail, right? And it doesn't help that I've been watching like other like TV shows and stuff like that, and seeing like other people like make attempts at like murdering people or killing people and missing, and then seeing what the result of that comes up. So it's just I'm in a very like art imitates life, and it's kind of like surreal because I'm trying not to think about it, but it's just like it's just there in the head, and it's just like,
Yeah, but let us know what you guys think. We would love to hear your feedback. Do you feel this was planned? Do you think this is a gimmick? Do you think this was just to help him get back in the race? Or if you feel this was a true assassination attempt, and how you feel about what the Secret Service has done. Somebody needs to get more people need to get fired, more protection. But let us know. We'd love to hear your feedback. Like always, leave a comment down below. If you're watching on YouTube, we'd love to hear from you. Or not, send us an email at cutthecrap with 2 P's, CUTTHECRAPP1 @gmail.com. You could also send us a message on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Discord, or if you have our personal number, send it there as well. We do appreciate you guys for listening. Like always, till next time, you guys have a wonderful day. Peace.